Hello guys, welcome back to my cave. This is Diana with Creativity Inc. and I wanted to start off my video this time with some little vintage pickups that I got at the flea market. I got these Sears catalog. I'm in love with it. I got it for I think it was $3, and I got this other like little things. If you guys know me, I collect casters or wheels. I have a thing for them. I have a bunch of them, and I will be collecting. I got that weird hinge, and I just like sharing with you guys what I got. For today's project, I have a book. I've already started it. Believe me or not, I've painted it maybe, I don't know, 6 times. These are some of the colors that I painted it. This is a blue one I had painted it before. Then I painted this like, I don't know, teal, gray, green, bluish, something. But today I'm going to paint it orange. I don't know what drove me to want it to paint it orange. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I've liked the cover. I've made this book maybe 3-4 months ago, and I've painted, like I said, I've painted it red, green, and I've never been really happy with it. I tried orange. The first part, I liked it, and see where this takes us. I like maybe putting some more yellow, like kind of like a rusted tint to it. Now, I don't want to make it too busy because it's pretty busy, and I'm planning to make it more busy. These kind of like more steampunk kind of look, more industrial. I don't know if it's steampunk, but it's industrial looking. And there's just a bunch of cutouts of cardboard box that I did, and I'm gonna show you how I'm painting it. Part of the big reason why I like making things, I like the construction and the making of things, but for me, what I enjoy most of it is the painting, and how the painting transforms the piece of art or the piece of whatever I'm doing. I love how with painting you can just make it feel different ways. And so for me, going back and forth with different colors and see how they react or they look with each other is part of the process. So this, I'm going with the yellow. It's like a golden, it's a Walmart brand. It's Apple Barrel by Plade, and it's King's Gold that I did on top of a terracotta color, which is called Pueblo from Folkart. And I'm kind of liking it, how it looks. So that the back and the side look like the cover, I went ahead and cut out some pieces, and just, I'm very honestly very random how I put stuff on top of each other. If I feel like if I overthink it, then it looks like I overthinked it. I don't know how to explain it, but I just literally go, okay, it needs a corner, I'm gonna put a little corner, big corner, little corner, I'm gonna contrast this. I don't put that much thought into it. But because it's a cardboard box and it's kind of like it has like a laminate sort of, I want to make sure that whatever I paint, it doesn't flake off or scrape off. So I'm doing putting plaster on my paint to make it a little thicker, and I'm also adding some glue to it so that it stick black. I'm making it in a sense a gesso, so that it grabs onto my paint and it doesn't scrape off, and it gives it a little texture like a, I don't know, maybe like a polish, rubbed polished metal. So that's why I like using this technique as my base. After that, I go and technically my first paint coating is silver. So make sure when you have these metallic colors that come in acrylic thing, make sure you shake it really well, because then it's very translucent. Then it separates. So if you don't shake it really well, then you have this kind of like watery version of it. So I've said this before in my videos, but it's kind of really important, because then later your paint dries, and then it dries like a thick coat on the bottom, and that's because it's separated, and then you have no more paint is just kind of like the metallic pigment. Anyways, that's enough teaching. Anyways, I put 2 coats of the silver on all of the all of the like metal parts, and then I painted this terracotta. Now, I know what you're thinking. I should have painted it before I glued all these things down. And in theory, you might be correct. It wasn't how my mind worked at the moment. At the moment, I felt like maybe if I put too much coat of paint, then my little things wouldn't adhere so good, and it would just like kind of like come off. Now I have this. You guys know those fabric dyes that you put in the laundry, and you can dye your fabric or something. I use this to I've been using this lately to kind of like brownish or antique my pieces. I've been using it on a couple of my projects lately, and I like how it looks because you can it kind of like makes it like a stain, but then you can kind of take it off. You have more control of it. Like if it was a stain, like it would stain it more. This you can really take it off more than if it would a stain. Well, I'm talking about stain like wood stain. Anyways, so I started doing it, but I realized I had forgotten to do one thing that I wanted to do, which is lines. Like is that outline lines? I don't know. I don't know if this is like important on a metal construction, but I wanted to do these like groove line things. And honestly, the best way um, I saw that I was able to do them is with the pen, because I tried with the needle and stuff, and it just rips the paper. Whereas a pen, you write on top of it and just marks it really well. Plus, I would like the black that it leaves behind on the project. Anyways, you guys see the front had those lines, and then what I did is with my brown stain, I went over the edge more. I left it darker than the inside, so it looks like not a frame, but I don't know what the heck. Anyway, so I went back with the gold, and I gave it a little bit of gold and the little like rivets that I did, and then like little pieces here and there. And I also did it to the front, to the inside. The I went back with the original color that was there when you guys first saw it, and the terracotta. So I added more of that. Okay, so you guys are gonna kill me, but I painted all orange, and then I went back and repainted that color that it was under the orange. Do as I say, not as I do, people. I tend to be crazy, but I liked how it came out. I did a wash of that dye, that brown dye, and then I put more on where areas I wanted to enhance more, and I put less. I washed off some of them, and this is how it looks. So this is the box where I got it all from. I don't know if I had shown it to you before, but I guess I felt at this point I show it to you. This is after, so I'm laughing at my previous Diana. My before Diana is kind of crazy in showing you the box after I'm done with it. I should have showed it when I was starting it, but you guys remember I have done this kind of binding before, where I use wire and a strip. I've done it in these 2 books. I did this is the first one, but it was wonky at the edge because I didn't enforce it, so it kind of looks weird. But see the second one, the gray one, I put wood inside of there. Look how straight and neat that looks, and it's so sturdy. So I have to enforce it. I do some spine, not spine, but like yes, spine reinforcing. And then I cut it out with that. It's actually wood that I use. I don't use balsa wood because I feel like balsa wood is also it's just like chipboard. So I use a very thin laminate wood that I can cut out with my knife. So what I do next is I mark where my holes are gonna be. I've done this technique before, like back in my previous videos. I think some of my first videos that I did back in YouTube. I mean, back in the beginning of YouTube. And then what I do is mark it, and I pretty much just hole punch it. What I do is I try to grab half of the hole punch so that in a sense when I open it, it's the whole hole punch. You know what I mean? I know, huh? I'm talking like if like it's science, but it's not. You guys know what I mean. You guys are so smart. So pretty much that's what I do. But because I'm using wire as a binding technique, I want to reinforce the hole. So I'm making my own reinforcements from the same kind of paper that it's in the papers in the book, so that it kind of looks like cohesive. Anyways, I have to apologize for all the screaming in the background. My kids are doing the water slide with a bunch of neighbors, and they're wetting outside and they're wetting each other, and they're having fun. But it's like I can't really help it because I have to have the window open because well, I have to keep an eye on them. But at the same time, I have to do something. So I'm making my YouTube video, but I have to apologize. They're not. They're being loud and obnoxious. And anyways, moving forward, I'm gonna reinforce the hole from the inside and from the outside. I have like whenever I have a scraps of a paper, I usually just pull out my punch, and I punch a lot of holes that will later I can use as hole reinforcers. You can distress the little hole before you put it in, or also I had taken out the punch, but you could also use little flowers as hole reinforcer, and if that's like the theme you're going for. But in this theme, is kind of like industrial. I don't know if I feel like it's steampunk, but I feel like it's industrial looking. So I didn't put the flowers, but um, yeah, that's something I'll probably use in the later video. But once I've reinforced it, then I can do the what's it called? The distressing or the vintaging or whatever they are called. And then it's time to transfer all the holes into the rest of my signatures. What I also have done in the past, and what I'm also doing in here, I'm doing different reinforcing techniques just so it doesn't look like everything's the same. I'm reinforcing it with one of those like a little piece of paper in the middle, sort of like you know how when you use the paper fasteners or the file fasteners, they have you have like a little piece of paper sometimes. Well, that I've seen when I used to work at the courthouse, they used to sometimes put a little piece of paper so that because the papers get to tend to rip because you take it in and out of the file. So they'll put a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard so that it doesn't rip the file or the paper. So after I rounded out the edges and I made the hole punch on the center of this piece, there's two options. One, you can glue it down or just leave it there. Like it's gonna hold the wire in, so it doesn't really matter if you glue it or not. You can, since I like the flexibility of being moving things around, I'm not gonna glue it down. Okay, so I had done this step before, but I'll guide you through it now. This is wire that you use to make the wreaths, like decoration wreaths. So it's kind of like a weak, not weak, but thin for what I want it. So I'm gonna do a double pass, and the way it's really easy just to like twine it up. So what I did is I fold it in half. I'll make me like a little hook at the end so I can grab onto it, and with my finger, I turn it so that it becomes like a big twisty tie kind of thing, and then it in a sense is a little stronger, and it holds the purpose that you want it to hold. So the little hole that I put my finger in through serves as something you can hang something from, like a little ephemera or a little trinket you can hang from there. So I like to leave it on the outside. You can like turn so until it disappears and you can make a nice clean cut, but I like to leave it anyway. So I mark where my first hole is, and then I fold it up towards me. Then what I do is I'll grab a pencil and I'll put it there so that it gives me all my holes are the same size. It gives me some measurement, sort of, in a way. So I'll go around the hole, and then I'll bring the. I know I'm so horrible. Look at me doing it outside camera. So I'm gonna have to tell you. So I'll twist it under the hole. I'll bring the wire around. Shoot, I hope I show you again. I don't know. So I'll bring the wire around into the loop, and once I've made the loop, I'll measure from loop to loop, then fold it like loop de loop kind of thing. Then I'll hold it. Oh, look at me, a mess. I'm checking my first one, see if I like how it comes out. This is my first loop, so this loop will determine all my other loops. Make sure you have it measured, aligned, not measured, but so that you know that you like the size of the pencil. Maybe you want it bigger, maybe you want it smaller. In that sense, then you go and measure the rest of the holes. And look, what I should have done is did all the loopies first, then put it through. But because it's my first one and I want to measure that everything goes through, it's gonna look like a disaster, like a look at me, roller coaster of what am I gonna do next. But once you have it figured out that that's the measurement and that's how you want to do with that loop size, then you can just do the wire, do the bending of each loop, and then insert it, because then otherwise you're going to be doing this kind of like weird situation, awkward moment kind of thing that I'm doing here. Only for you guys, see? The things that I'm willing to do for you guys. Just kidding. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. So going to the next loop, same thing. And I'm not, I usually like speedway my videos because you must think I'm like working fast, but I'm not. But I wanted to show you like in real time what I was doing so that it's clear. And if I feel like if I put it speed, it would look funny and you guys won't understand what I'm doing. But once I figure that out, then you can do all the rest of the signatures and they will look like magic. So now you can, on the end, you can also enclose it in. I've done many different ways. I will sometimes bend the wire and bring it to my last loop and go around it and kind of like close it that way. Or you can make another loop and hang stuff from there. Or you can, I don't know, you can be very creative. You can cut it to where it ends and make a knot. Or there's so many ways you can finish this end tip. Or you can, what I did in the past is made it super big. It made a frame that goes around my paper. And I thought that was cool. But then I know it sounds like I thought that was cool what I did. Of course I thought it was cool because I did it, right? But you can be creative, so it can be part of your display or part of your thing. Now I'm doing one single piece of paper. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's one single piece of paper. That's because these kind of papers are kind of like the ones that I want to do very heavy embellishing on, or maybe like add another piece of paper, maybe add pockets where I have pockets on pockets and pockets. And sometimes when you do that, your signature becomes really fat because it has more paper and then you do more embellishing. So because I want it to be a little bit more clean, and because I wanted to show you and make it easy for me to show you, I did a couple single sheet ones. I did thick paper so that I can show you guys better. But that's also because I wanted to do like maybe a pop-up in here or something like that. And so sometimes it looks cute when you just have a bit more simple. Also, I'd rather have more signatures with less paper than less signature with more paper, because I feel like this binding calls for that kind of signature, where I have more with less paper. Because I don't know, I like how all the little wires looking out looks very interesting to me. Rather than having like 3 or 4 signatures, I want to have maybe 10 signatures with like 1 or 2 pieces of paper, and then make something really fun. I think it gives you freedom, because sometimes when I'm making something, I think of when I'm closing the book, how I think it's going to be, or my signature, how I think it's going to be, and it kind of limits you on that. So sometimes I've been wanting to do like one thick piece of paper, one thick cardboard sheet, so that I can do heavy embellishing and not worry about how thick my signature is going to be. So the way I attach these pieces of twine is I made a hole on the spine with my drill, and then I passed the twine through, and to hold it in place, I screwed it in. So it's not tied in, so I can always unscrew the screw and move the tie. You see how the twine, if you pause it right here, right there, you can see that I did a hole, and then I passed the twine through, and then to hold it back, to hold it in, I did the screw thing. But there's many ways. I mean, if you were smart and planned it before, you can do a crocodile and do the eyelid and then do a tie or something. But because I did use laminate wood, I don't think my crocodile would have gone through. But I still should have planned it before and gone something where I didn't do the last minute. Oh snap! I forgot to do the. How am I gonna hold the tie, right? So I didn't plan ahead. But I like how it came out. I like how, like this, to me, this was a happy accident that I forgot how to do that. And I like how I had to use a screw, and I liked how it holds my screw in, and I also like that I can take it out. Because at the end, I didn't want to use twine. I feel it doesn't go with my book. So I wanted to use like maybe one of those flexible wires or cable wire. And ta-da! My book front cover opens to a secret compartment within the cover, man. Just kidding. But anyways, I worked on this hard 2 months trying to figure out how to twist it, what's the mechanism behind the folding and the twisting. And I wanted to have a secret hidden compartment. And in this case, I'm going to use it to hold my what's it called, the little wire that holds my signatures in. Now I made it too big, and here I am being clumsy and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the long string. Now I don't want to cut it because, you know, me and my flexibility kind of thing, but at the same time it's too long. Like how much more possibly can I need, right? Anyways, but I didn't get that till like right now, like, you know, after I'm shooting it and I'm looking at myself being all crazy. Now, if you're interested in me telling you guys how to do this kind of open twist compartment thing that I did here, let me know in the comments down below. If I have enough comments, enough likes in this video, then I will show you guys how to do it. Make you guys a deal. If I get to 100 thumbs up from this video, I will show you guys how you can accomplish this secret compartment with a twist door or twist, I don't know, cover. And I will show you how simple it can be. Once you figure it out, you can do different kinds of ways. And but yeah, you guys gotta give me that thumbs up, or maybe comment and let me know down below if you guys want to learn about that. Anyways, this is kind of like a flip through where I come and I fix all my wires and see where they go, and making sure they go and they are how I want them to be. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. Thank you guys for you know, encouraging me with those comments. They really do make a difference because they encourage me to like be bold and try new things and be different. I made a little pencil. I grabbed the little fillers for those mechanical pencils, and then I wrapped it like one of those paint pencils, and I just grabbed the glue and I wrapped it with a paper page, a book page, and I did the little compartment for the little pencil. Like I was saying, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you think, if you like this project, please give it a thumbs up. You know, like I said, it supports my channel, and it lets other people know that I am here. And I do appreciate it. I do read all the comments, sometimes later than sooner, but they do. Anyways, one of the little things, I left it unglued so I can put like a pocket there. And here, you guys know I like to do this maker's signature, like little template. So what I did is I grabbed the pen and I did the date, and then I did the signature, like a maker's signature. What do you call it? I call these maker's label. Yeah, you know, you gotta sign your art. So I first indented it with the pen, and then I went back with the raw marker, and I did my signature. Okay guys, see you next time. Till then, stay crafty and stay safe. Bye.